In case you've missed out on the major local and international news updates within the week, worry no more because we've got you covered. Join us on First Next News for a complete highlight of important stories from Nigeria and around the world. You can follow us on our YouTube channel at First Next News for full news reports. Hello everyone, a very warm day to you. I hope your day has been going great. I remain your humble host, Becky Usara. It's that time of the show, Citizens Dialogue on First Next News Port Harcourt, where we discuss interesting political topics. With me in the studio here is Zach Jimmy and Kings Chalo. How are you guys doing?
Yeah,
fine, thank you, Becky.
You
Becky.
look amazing.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Let's head straight. A River State High Court sitting in Port Harcourt on Monday dismissed a suit challenging the legality of the recently concluded election in the state. Jalo, what do you have to say on that?
Well, actually, it shows that it's not, I don't know, I think it's an undemocratic act because now an appeal has been made concerning a suspected electoral fraud or misconduct that happened. I think it's something I would have ushered the court to look into rather than making a dismiss. The sole administration, I don't think he is supposed to have the power, to mandate such acts in the first place, other than the governor. But due to his suspension, it has been dismissed, and I think right now all hands should be put together and move on for the betterment of the states. You understand? So that democracy should be. Then I think it's something that the governor, the suspended governor, awaiting his return. Should all else come together and make the betterment of the state come alive. Okay,
thank you so much.
All right, so what happened there is this, okay? The problem stems from our inadequacy and our acts of refusing to obey what I would call separation of powers.
Okay.
Becky, in this country, we don't obey separation of powers. I have never seen a system where they have a rule and then we have a government and we have a system and we don't follow the system. Then what would be the conversation of the common man on the streets? That the court, all right, is the last hope of that common man.
Yeah.
Do not forget, in this country, we've had instances where issues have been taken to the courts with the hope that this will be the outcome.
Yeah.
But the courts, in their wisdom,
that's the reason why we have
will now give you something very different. Although they are learned colleagues, they are learned fellows, the system gives them the power to pronounce whether guilty or not, whether good or bad. But then do we have lawyers in this country that can beat their chest and say, these judgments they are issuing, is it fair?
Yeah.
Exactly.
In road tracking, there's what we call the 4 rules. Is it fair? Are they doing the right thing? Is it good to the next person? It's not about, yes, you can make laws, you can pass judgment. But those judgments you are passing, hope you will not come back tomorrow and cry victim to that. You see, in the case of this sole administratorship in Rivers State, do not forget, PDP governors, they went to court on this same issue. Yeah. The court struck the matter away. Many individuals or civil, even Serap, they approached the court on this issue. What you saw was that the court saying it lacks merit. But why will a court say that something of this magnitude lacks merit when it's a clear case? Yeah. Like my colleague already put out there, a clear case of undemocratic behavior. Section 305. It is here in our constitution.
Recently, the former president Osinbajo said something too about our judiciary system.
Exactly.
How it is.
Exactly.
So now when we have a court that is now telling us that Section 305, which we understand the basis for system cannot be. So if the court is now interpreting Section 305 and saying that what is happening in Rivers State is candid or is okay, Then I begin to question the integrity of the court. It was in this same country that court found it very difficult to interpret an FCT and FCT in the 2003 election.
Yeah.
Learned men couldn't interpret what is called and FCT. They said, oh, FCT has now become a state in Nigeria. So in this same country. So the judicial system is no longer the hope of a common man. But then what will you expect when we had the likes of Wike, who was busy distributing houses to the judiciary in Abuja? What do you expect? So it's a system problem.
Yeah.
They know the truth.
They really know.
They know the truth. Why do you want to circumvent it?
Agamized for their own purpose.
Is it fair?
Not fair. Thank you so much. Fresh storm in PDP over Peter Obi, Jonathan Makinde's presidential ticket consideration. Jimmy, can you add something to that?
Well, the conversation about J. Makinde, Obi, Jonathan, for me, these are mere distractions. I will keep saying that these are distractions. Currently, we should be talking about governance.
Yeah.
I'm not interested about who rules Nigeria in 2027. 2027 is 1 year and some months from now for crying out loud, Becky. Can they allow the poor breathe, according to Mr. President? Can we take away this conversation of who becomes this, who becomes that? Obi recently went and visited Obasanjo ahead of 2027. So many underground work. But then,
we're not so sure about what the meeting was really all about.
In as much as they meet, what do you think they should meet to discuss? Their family affairs? It's elections. when you see these two men, they're talking about elections.
So they are still on the race.
They are still on the race.
Back to back.
Well, we should be. That's why I started by saying these are mere distractions. And Nigerians are not ready for the distraction. Whether Sheyi Makinde, whether Obi, other Jonathan, these men have all served. Obi served as a governor of Anambra about 8 years. Sheyi Makinde is about running his second term. Jonathan served from deputy governor rose to the rank. What do you want again? What we should rather be doing is calling Mr. President to order. As I speak to him, Mr. President is in faraway France, enjoying. What we should do is, Mr. President, come back and rule this country. This country is going the other way around. We should be talking about the governance, we're talking about the welfare of the common Nigerian, and not about Jonathan, because at the end of the day, these are politicians, whether I like it or not. They will still come back and do what they want to do. So it's about politics. I'm not a governor, and I'm not interested in politics.
In addition to that, you know, presently PDP lacks the capability of standing the active party right now, because from the look of things, if things are not appropriately kept, if things are not put in order in that party, I don't think they have any active or credibility of standing against the All Progressive Party. Because look at it, you people are in a confusing state right now, and you think you can emerge the current leading party. I think that is a clear fact that they are still in an impossible look. So what I advise the PDP to do, you know, instead of the state of confusion, let them outrightly look at a way of reposition of, as in the party actually needs building. They need to stabilize it before, you know, calling other personnel to say, okay, who are we mandating for our own party currently? So what they need to actually lay the structure, and also they need to put the structure in order first before pointing out who and who that we should mandate on our political party system.
Thank you so much. So still on that, mass defection hits from APC now. Like lots of persons are defecting from APC into the ADC in Kaduna. Jallo, what do you have to say on that?
Well, it's a clear fact. It's just a clear fact that look, the Northerners seem to be wiser than other parts of the region in Nigeria. Because if you look at it, these people, they know the truth, they know the fact. You understand? And they have by that act, they've let Nigerians know that look, we are trying to leave an environment, we are trying to leave a place that might bring more outrage, more hindrance to the lives of. So I think this step that they've taken, I think to me, is a wise decision they've made. I'm not saying that the ADC they defeated to is totally perfect. But I know for the fact them leaving APC is the right thing, because this political party has brought a lot of chaos to Nigeria, so to speak. You know, it's a party all through their establishment, they be total outrage. So I think what these individuals in the north, the step in which they took is outright. But they should also remember, look, okay, this party we are defeating to, are they the best party to bring back Nigeria to Nemesi? Are they the rightful people that we should belong to, that will actually bring Nigeria back to the way it's supposed to be?
Yeah.
That is the most important question they should be asking themselves.
Sure.
So I think the movement of the Northerners are actually accurate.
Okay.
You understand? But they should also put Nigeria at the back of their mind. You know, most politicians we have nowadays move from one party to the other for selfish gain.
Okay.
You understand? We've had cases of people leaving the PDP to the APC because the party is the ruling party right now.
Yeah.
What about the period whereby PDP were in power? Have we had any news about the APC? You understand? So my own opinion for those who are defeating to the ADC should make sure that, okay, this is the party we are standing with to build back this nation to the way it's supposed to be.
Okay, so Jimmy, you
Okay, so the issue about cross-capiting is legal. All right, sections of and provisions of constitution gives the right for people to, you know, move from political party. So it's section 39.
Okay.
Freedom of association. Right, I can choose to be here or here. But the convention is this, Becky. You see, when we talk about these people leaving parties and leaving parties, what are they actually leaving parties for? He has mentioned that out.
Yeah.
Now, why are they not interested in power? That is another problem I'm having with them. They just served. Buhari served 8 years. Tinubu is serving for the South. Or will you tell me all this movement and all this movement is geared towards making sure they capture power until 2027?
Or to make the country stabilize?
Or are they trying to justify the principle of fairness and equity?
Yeah.
If these are the reasons, let them tell us the truth.
Okay.
Power in Nigeria resided in the north for a very long time. And even when Goodluck Jonathan from the south was in power, he developed the north. They did not benefited so much. The other time I heard the leader of the NNPA movement, Kwankwaso, Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, the leader of the Kwankwaso movement, saying, Buhari's administration, Tinubu administration is favoring the South and this and that. And I asked the question, what do the North need?
Yes, sir.
They had their time, they served. But that's not the case here. We're talking about defection. Just like you rightly mentioned. You have been to ADC. I hope when the ADC start having issue, you will still remain there.
You will still remain there.
And you will not come back to that party you left. Because even the same APC.
Sorry to cut you short, Zach. I think from my own observation, with all this catastrophe, defeating from party to one party to another, I think it is high time Nigerians, or there should be a standard whereby this defection of different parties should be illegal, should be put to book, because it's becoming so rampant and too much that it will now bring to the mindset to Nigeria. Fine, yes, there are rights, and yes, we have freedom to move. But I think it doesn't make sense when politicians, publicly deviate on a daily basis, because it clearly shows the fact that, look, this is a selfish, movement. It is not for you understand, it's not a clear fact that, look, we are actually doing this, taking this action to make or to bring back Nigeria into the proper way it's supposed to be.
Okay. Hello everyone, welcome to First Next News. Welcome back. I hope you're enjoying the program. With me here, sitting in the studio is Zach, Jimmy, and Kings Jalo. Okay, so you were saying something about the politics happening in Kaduna State, Jalo.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to wrap up that.
So, like I mentioned, I think there should be an emphasis concerning the inappropriate movement of politicians roaming from one place to another, so that it doesn't bring a negative name or input on the country's legacy. You understand? It is really making people feel, these politicians are not, the right people that should be put in power. It looks childish to the public.
Okay. A chieftain of the NNPP, that's the New Nigerian People's Party, Buba Galadima, has described the African Democratic Congress, the ADC, as a conglomerate of politicians. So, Jimmy, what do you have to say on that?
Well, it's laughable that this is coming from Buba Galadima, who was a frontliner in the CPC. In fact, he was the national secretary of that party. In fact, Buba Galadima, all right, was a signatory to the 2011 coalition movement. He left the party. He ran to ANPP. He left ANPP. He went to PDP.
Anyway, that it does not favor him.
Today is in NNPP. Galadima. Now he's not saying we don't have a united front to unseat Tinubu. Yes, I totally agree with him on that. Let's call a spade a spade. Okay. During the 2011 coalition or merger movement, whatever we call it, like I told you earlier, in short, his signature was there. Right? He was one of those set of politicians who drew so many leaders from the CPC bloc to form that movement. But what happened then was a united front. They came together, all right, on a sole mission to push Jonathan away, to oust him out of government. And they succeeded. Why? Because when they came together, there were no distractions. They had this agenda that we want to push Jonathan out. That was the conversation. Nobody had the thought of who will be the president, who will be the this, although they were underground conversation of Buhari being their presidential candidate. But it was not too obvious. Their main aim was, we want to kick Jonathan out of power. But coming down to 2025 rather, we have seen a similar move, although I'm going to describe this as a merger, because not a coalition, because these are individuals, not parties coming together. Now, the rostrum is yet to be set before they add people aspiring to become president. How many presidents do we have? That alone will form a pattern of challenge for the party already. That's the part. That's the challenge ADC is going to face. Do not forget, they still having this struggle of the leadership of the party, where we have David Mark and other stalwarts in the party who are still struggling the leadership of the party. Ticket. Now that is there from the. How about the ticket of the party? So it's going to be a conglomeration of issue for that party already. Confusion. It's going to be a confusion. Why? Because according to Galadima, everybody is just fronting their interests. Nobody is there to push Tinubu, and Tinubu will be there in Asuro enjoying and laughing and say, this man, no. They forget to understand that when Tinubu, all right, formed the team of the coalition in 2011, this was not the way he started. This is not how they did it. The way they followed it that period, Becky, you will understand that these men were out for something serious. But 2 years to 2027 elections, we've had Amechi, who have already declared interest, the unofficial. We've had Atiku, whose body language is similar as if he will contest. We've had even Obi, to some extent. People don't know if he's going to contest that ADC, Labour Party, or PDP, and so on and so forth.
And minimal are still coming.
And who knows how many in that party that want to become president? Everybody is in the ADC because they want to become president, which is wrong. And that is why I agree with Buba Galadima. But then, Buba Galadima, who is going to say this? How was his administration? How was his rule? How was his time when he was frolicking from one party to another? Was he just to those parties for the sole interest of Nigeria or the rule of Yobe? But for himself, the empirical facts are there. He was just moving because he felt when he left to this other party, it would favor him. How many industries, how many people was he able to take out of the streets of Yobe State, Damaturu? Tell us the truth.
Let me interject. Jalo, I believe you have something to add.
Yeah, just like I said earlier, our politicians defeating from one party to the other, just as Galadima spoke as well, it's based on their selfish aim. You understand? So I think I really go with him, because if you look at the personnels who are after ADC now, in their own mindset, they think the coalition of several political individuals, personnels, people who were in high power, former governors, leaders, former House of Rep, they think by that coalition and by that combination that they will bring down the current political system, which is the APC. So, but if you look at it, they are just making a menace of themselves.
Okay.
So I think from what he said, the chieftain of NPP said, I think is absolutely right. Okay. But he shouldn't overemphasize on that,
We're wrapping up the program.
On that party. He should also look at his own party.
I don't know, because I think you're running out of the, but yes. I just want to make a point on this development I saw yesterday, that Mr. President, right, as retrieve his earlier mandate of a 4% tax. Okay. You see, Mr. President, I saw a paper of 2003 December by Daily News, where he rallied with governors and said it's an aberration for Olusegun Obasanjo at the time to impose tax. Today is now a merchandise of tax. Hope you see how table turns.
Thank you so much.
Let's end it there for today.
Thank you so much. That's all on our show for today. I remain your humble host, Becky Ushoro. Do remember to follow us on our YouTube channel at First Next News. Many thanks for watching. Bye for now. In case you've missed out on the major local and international news updates within the week, worry no more, because we've got you covered. Join us on First Next News for a complete highlight of important stories from Nigeria and around the world. You can follow us on our YouTube channel at First Next News for full news reports.